This is the second video on the bridge course. In this video, we'll be learning regarding three chapters I will introduce for you. Those three chapters are, I have shown in the screen here, morphology of flowering plants, anatomy of flowering plants, and animal kingdom. ಸೊ ಈ ಮೂರು ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೇನೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ಮೂರು ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಗಳು ನೀವು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಅವಧಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ತಿರುವಂಥದ್ದೇ. ಮಾರ್ಫಾಲಜಿ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಲವರಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್. Morphology of flowering plant means studying about the monocot, dicot plants, then about the flower, inflorescence, which I'll brief you little. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾರ್ಫಾಲಜಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೂವಿನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಓದೋದು, ಅದರದ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಓದೋದು. ಸೊ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಈ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಕಲಿತೀವಿ. ದೆನ್ ಅನಾಟಮಿ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಲವರಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ಖಂಡ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಟೆಮ್, ಲೀಫ್, flower. So what is there in the especially in the root, stem and the leaf, internal organ system of an plant study, we call it as anatomy of flowering plant. Then coming to the animal kingdom, this you have already studied, that is chordata and non-chordata. Then phylums in non-chordata, then and also in chordata. So the differences, general characteristic, all this will be studied. So animal kingdom ಬಗ್ಗೆನೂ ನೀವು ಓದಿದಿರಿ. ಅನಿಮಲ್ ಕಿಂಗ್ಡಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫೈಲಮ್ಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಓದುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಪ್ರಾಣಿಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಓದುವಂಥದ್ದು, ವಿವಿಧವಾದ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಗಳನ್ನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಈ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಮೂರು ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಗಳು ಮೇಜರ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಕಾರಣ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಇದನ್ನ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನೀವು ಓದಿರೋ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ ಇದು ನಮಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಸುಲಭವಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳ ಲೆಂತಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಈ ಬ್ರಿಡ್ಜ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದರದ ಏನು ನೀವು SSC ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರೋ ಅದರ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ PUC ಗೆ ಏನು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಕಲಿತೀರೋ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋನಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೇನೆ. Okay, in the content of the chapter, first chapter which I have mentioned you regarding morphology of flowering plant. In morphology of flowering plant, we'll be dealing with all these topics whichever I have quoted. So this is said to be the content of this chapter. That is regarding the root, stem, leaf, inflorescence, flower, fruit, seed. Then some technical description of a typical flowering plant, description of some important families. So yeah, whenever we think of root, stem, leaf, these all are said to be the parts of a monocot plant. All these parts will be studied in detail in the first PUC in the morphology of the flowering plant. ಸೊ ಈ ಮಾರ್ಫಾಲಜಿ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಲವರಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರೂಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸ್ಟೆಮ್, ಲೀಫ್, ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೋರಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೂವಿನ ಗೊಂಚಲನ ನಾವು ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೋರಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇದು ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ನ ಕೆಲವೊಂದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಸೊ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್. ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್, ದ ರೂಟ್. So root ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇರು, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದ. So in the root we will be studying the root, from where the root comes. So this is the seed from the radicle. So the radicle gives rise to the root system and the plumule above gives rise to the shoot system. Now we are talking about the root system. So what is root means? It is the underground part formed from the radicle of an embryo. Now coming to types of root system, there are three types of root system. Here you can see taproot system. What is taproot means? Here in the taproot you can find the mother axis is present, where the root arises from that of the radicle, whereas here the root arises from that of the radicle. Okay, so this one. So this part type we call it as taproot system. In fibrous root system, the stem gives rise to the roots, which we call it as fibrous root system. Taproot system usually we see in the big trees and all, where the mother axis is capable of penetrating into the soil and hold the soil. Fibrous root system is a weak root system, we can tell. It is born from that of the stem part, and the fibrous root system example is maize, grass and all. So that is an example for fibrous root system. Adventitious root system. Adventitious root system means we can tell urgently born also sometime. ಏನಿದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಬಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಹಾರ ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದಾನು ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಅಂತ ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜಸ್ ರೂಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಬಾಡಿಯಿಂದ ರೂಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದ್ರೇನು, ಲೈಕ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾನಿಯನ್ ಟ್ರೀ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಹಾಲದ ಮರ, ಹರಳಿ ಮರ, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ರೂಟ್ ಗಳು ಬರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ, ಅಂತವನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಪ್ ರೂಟ್ ಅಂತಾನು ನೀವು ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜಸ್ ರೂಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ಸೊ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್, ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗಳಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದನ್ನ ಓದ್ತಾ. So yeah, coming to the next topic in the root, we'll be studying about the, I told you, modification of the root. In the modification of the root, we will be studying regarding 4 types. One is for the food storage, then prop root, silt root and nematophores. So root for storage means here already pictures I have shown you. These are the stored foods in the carrot in the form of sucrose. So this is what you tell, a sweet potato, Ipomia batata, it is known as. Even this is one of the modification of the root. Then a silt root usually we find in the maize also, sugarcane also. Okay, that is silt root. So coming to nematophores, they are seen in mangroves, rhizophores, where they'll be in the clogged areas. Nematophores ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ರೂಟ್ಗಳು ಕ್ಲೇ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಅಂತ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮರ ಬೆಳೆದಿರ್ತದ, ಅದ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬೇರುಗಳಿಗೆ ಉಸಿರಾಡಕ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ಆ ಬೇರುಗಳು ಭೂಮಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರ್ತವ ಉಸಿರಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನಿಮ್ಯಾಟೋಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Next is stem ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಓದ್ತೀರಿ. You'll be studying regarding the stem. In the stem, what all you'll be studying, I'll tell you. So see, so you'll be studying about the modification of the stem. The modification of stem will be studied in the subtopics such as food storage, stem tendrils, thorns, phylloclade, stolon, offset, sucker. So these all are types of the modification of the stem. Even this will be followed in second year also, where you will be learning the same extraction chapter in a sexual reproduction in flowering plant also. There also will be trying to tell you modification of the stem and also the modification of the root. And this topic is also very important for your competitive examination. Okay, so we will be learning more about this in the syllabus. The next topic is leaf. Now we have completed with what? Root, stem, then the leaf. So in the leaf, we'll be learning the types of leaves here. So I have given 4 photographs here. This tells parts of the leaf we will be studying. This arrangement of the leaf on the stem, that is regarding phyllotaxy. Then what you tell, the one single leaf structure we will be learning to know the complete detailed structure of a leaf system. Then venation. Venation means you have learned parallel venation, reticulate venation, even that will be learned. Then coming to the inflorescence, where we will be learning the arrangement of the leaves on the stem. Just now I told you phyllotaxy. So that also will be dealt in this topic. So here some points I have written. So what is leaf? A leaf is nothing but a flattened structure borne on the stem. It develops at the node and bears a bud in its axil. So idu bud ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ, ಆಕ್ಸೈಲ್ ಬಡ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಎಲೆನೂ ಬರುವಂತ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಸೊ ಎಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹುಟ್ಟಿತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಕ್ಸೈಲ್ ಬಡ್ ಇಂದ ಎಲೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ದ ಆಕ್ಸಿಲರಿ ಬಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಲೇಟರ್ develops into branch. Leaves originate from the shoot apical meristem and are arranged in a acropetal form. So what is acropetal? Completely detailedly we will be dealing this chapter in the syllabus. Here try to understand few basic terms of it. That's all. Acropetal. Acropetal means, here can you see, this is the older leaves, okay, at the bottom, younger leaves at the top. Okay, so older ಎಲೆಗಳು ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬಾಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು, ಯಂಗರ್ ಎಲೆಗಳು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಎಲೆಗಳು ಟಾಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇದನ್ನ ಆಕ್ರೋಪೀಟಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇದೇ ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಗಿಡಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಎಲೆಗಳ ಸಣ್ಣ ಎಲೆಗಳಾಗಿದ್ದು ಮೇಲೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಎಲೆಗಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಬೇಸಿಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಂತಾನು ನಾವು ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So this is regarding acropetal order. They are important vegetative organ for photosynthesis. So ಎಲೆಗಳು ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಮರದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದ್ವಿಸಂಶ್ಲೇಷಣೆಗೆ ಅದು ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ ಒಂದು ಅಂಗ. So photosynthesis occurs very much in the vegetative organ. It is a vegetative organ means it is a one of the place root for the food production in the plant system. Next is what I told you regarding phyllotaxy. Phyllotaxy means the pattern of arrangement of the leaves on the stem. So there are how many types? 3 types I have labeled here. So this is alternate, opposite and whorl. Alternate andre ಈ ಕಡೆ ಒಂದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ರೆ alternate. So this is what we call it as phyllotaxy. So what is phyllotaxy? Once again I'll tell you, the pattern of arrangement of the leaves on the stem is called as phyllotaxy. Alternate arrangement ಒಂದು ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು hibiscus. So ಇವತ್ತು ಹೋಗಿ hibiscus ಗಿಡದ ಹತ್ರ ನಿಂತು ನೋಡಿ, so you will understand how is the arrangement of the leaf, children. Okay. Next is modification of the leaf. So in a leaf, what is the next topic we will be studying with? Modification of the leaf. So the leaves are modified to perform functions other than photosynthesis. ಎಲೆಗಳು ಬರೀ ದ್ವಿಸಂಶ್ಲೇಷಣೆಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಬೇರೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ಇರ್ತವೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಒಂದು ಉದಾಹರಣೆ. So photosynthesis, other than photosynthesis, it also performs certain functions. Those are the tendrils. Here you can see wire-like structure. So these are nothing but the tendrils, and spines. So here you can see the spines here. Can you see? See, these are the spines here. Then fleshy leaves. They are meant for the storage of food. So here, these are the fleshy leaves which are meant for the storage of food. Example we have given here is onion and garlic. We'll go to the So coming to the next is the flower and the inflorescence. I have put the flower. So this is we'll be dealing with the structure of the flower. Inflorescence means the arrangement of the bunch of flowers on a stem. It is also called as anthotaxy. So that what is known as inflorescence. So the flower. So parts of flower, you already know which are the parts of flower. If you tell, you will tell a petal, sepal and all. But the terms are little changed, you know, according to the botany. So the petal is known as what? The petal is known as corolla, and the sepal is said to be as a calyx here. Okay. So the thalamus, this is the thalamus part. The thalamus holds with a receptacle. Upon the receptacle you find the ovule. Then you find what accessory parts. Which are the accessory organs of a flower? See, a typical flower has 4 kinds of words arranged on the thalamus. So what is thalamus? This is the base of the flower is called as a thalamus. And the four kinds of whorls here we have written. The first whorl is calyx, second is corolla, third is andrecium, fourth is gynoecium. Calyx and corolla are called as accessory organs. Calyx andre ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ sepal, corolla petals. Okay. Then andrecium means male reproductive system, gynoecium female reproductive system. So these two are said to be the non-accessory whorls also we tell. See here you can see. The non-accessory whorls we call it as the essential whorls also. So here the andrecium, the first whorl is which one? The calyx. Second whorl is the, see this is one, this is second, and this is third, and this is the fourth one. Okay, it is arranged in a row. So andrecium means it is a male reproductive organ of a plant system or a flower. So in andrecium we find the stamen, anther and the filament. In gynoecium, the gynoecium is classified into three parts: style, stigma, style, and the ovary. Okay. Then the fruit, will be studying types of fruit, and the walls of fruit walls you'll be studying, and then the formation of the fruit you'll study. So what is a fruit means a ripened ovary is said to be as a fruit, and little bit of double fertilization also we will be telling to you. Then the seed there are two types, albuminous and non-albuminous seed. Then structure of dicot seed and monocot seed. So this will be okay. So this is the different types of fruits. Okay. So regarding different types of fruits also, and the walls of the fruits also I'll be dealing. The next is some important families we'll be studying. There are the three important families such as Fabaceae, Solanaceae and Liliaceae. In this we will be studying the key characteristic of these families. With the key characteristic of these families, we will also be learning that this is the floral diagram. To this floral diagram, I will teach you floral formula also how to write. Okay, that is a little bit extra oriented topic other than your schooling. Next is anatomy. So in anatomy, what is anatomy? Means studying the internal structure of an organism. So here we are studying internal structure of a plant. So it is called as plant anatomy. So we will get into the next slide. See, this is a anatomy is what I told you is the study of the internal structure of the plants and other parts also. So here two diagrams I have put. One is the both are the root only. One is monocot root only. You are able to see here. So these are the two TS, transverse section. So we will also be studying regarding the tissue. In tissues, meristematic tissue, simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue, you know about that. So with the picture I have shown you. So this is what the parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. This is a diagram down. This blue color is a diagram of the monocot stem. So tissue means a study of histology. You will be studying regarding plant tissue, that is histology. Okay, so this is a glance about the plant tissue, what we will be dealing with. So plant tissue is classified into meristematic tissue, permanent tissue. Meristematic is classified based on this position are three. Then permanent tissue there are two types such as a simple permanent tissue and complex. In simple, this all words you have heard already, that is parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. Then in complex we have what? Water conducting tissue, that is xylem, food conducting tissue, that is phloem. Then in apical meristem, the apical meristem means ತುದಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು ಗಿಡದ ಮೇಲಿನ ಭಾಗ ತುದಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ ಮೆರಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ ಶೂಟ್ ಎಪಿಕಲ್ ಮೆರಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಮತ್ತು ಬೇರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತದನ್ನ ರೂಟ್ ಎಪಿಕಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. This is anatomy of, in anatomy we'll be studying the TS of dicot and monocot plants. So in this picture I have shown you, this is a dicot root. In any anatomy if you take also, there will be three parts here. See, there will be three parts, such as this is what epidermis. Okay, epidermis. This is a cortex region. You find the cortex region. Then below is the vascular region. The vascular region we call it as a stellar region, and then it is a pith. So there are three important parts in the TS. Once again I'll tell you, that is epidermis, cortex and stellar region. So what it is? Epidermis, cortex, stellar. ಈ ಮೂರು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು, ಎಲ್ಲಾ ತರ TS ಗಳು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಲೀಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಲೀಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಮೂರು ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಏನಿದೆ? ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಎಪಿಡರ್ಮಿಸ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಕಾರ್ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ ರೀಜನ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಕಾರ್ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ ರೀಜನ್, and this is a stellar region, that is vascular bundle. Okay. So we'll be studying regarding what the anatomy of monocot and dicot plant in that stem, leaf, root, 3. Okay, we'll be studying, and what is the basic regions of the, just now I told you which are the three basic regions, that is epidermis, cortex and stellar region. ಇದನ್ನ ಮರಿಬೇಡಿ, ಮೂರು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ರೀಜನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ TS ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಆ ಮೂರು ರೀಜನ್ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು, ಇಡೀ ಅನಾಟಮಿನೇ ತಿಳಿದಂಗೆ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಈ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ನ, ಈ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಕ್ಷೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಂಗಂತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ you can see what is this? Epidermis, this is a region of cortex, and this is a stellar. These all are the stellar regions. So these are the three important regions. Next we'll be studying about secondary growth. Secondary growth ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, ಒಂದು ಗಿಡ ಮರವಾಗಿ ಹೇಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು secondary growth ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. How a plant is converted into a tree form of bearing the wood, we call it as a secondary growth. The primary growth is the formation of a plant. Secondary growth is the formation of a plant into a tree. That conversion. So their differentiation and de-differentiation occurs, which we will be dealing in this. Okay, here you can see I have put 4 pictures for you. So one I have shown you secondary growth in the dicot stem. So here you can see, first this is a plant here. The plants undergo differentiation, forming a cambium. The cambium starts dividing, giving rise to secondary xylem and secondary phloem, where secondary xylem will get converted into the wood form. So this is a completely secondary and the primary xylem. So the secondary and primary xylem in a tree will undergo differentiation, giving rise to types of wood, such as I have labeled here, sapwood and hardwood. Then the secondary growth can also be classified into peridome. Coming to the extrastellar secondary growth, this is intrastellar secondary growth, means this is extrastellar secondary growth. In extrastellar secondary growth, we come across the layer called as peridome. Peridome consists of the 3 layers. One is outermost is cork, then we call it as a what do you call, cork, phellum, phyllogen, phylloderm. So these are the 3 layers of the peridome. So ಹಂಚಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ನಿಧಾನವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅನಾಟಮಿ ಮರ ಹೇಗಾಯ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಓದ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಈ ತರ ಮರ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಈ ತರ ರೌಂಡ್ ರೌಂಡ್ ರಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿ ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರಿ. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ರಿಂಗಿಗೂ ಒಂದು ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ದೆನ್ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ವುಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಯಾಪ್ ವುಡ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವುಡ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ವುಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಟಮ್ ವುಡ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಚಳಿಗಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆಯುವಂತ xylems ಗೆ ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ, ಆಟಮ್ ವುಡ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಬೇಸಿಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗುವಂತ xylem ಅದು ಕಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಆದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ವುಡ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಅನಾಟಮಿ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಸೀಸನ್, ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಸೀಸನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇಸಿಗೆ ಕಾಲ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಆಟಮ್ ಸೀಸನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಚಳಿಗಾಲ. ಸೊ ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ 2 ರಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಈ ರಿಂಗ್ಗಳು 2 ರಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ 2 rings is equal to 1 year. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಮರ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಈ ರಿಂಗ್ಗಳು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದೊಂದು ರಿಂಗ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾ 2 ರಿಂಗ್ ಕುಡಿದ್ರೆ 1 ವರ್ಷ. ಸೊ 2 annual rings is equal to 1 year. One is springwood and one is cottonwood. So if you count like that, you can count the age of a tree, which we call it as dendrochronology. It is known as what? Dendrochronology. Then this is lenticel. It is full of pressure in the bark, the formation of the new cells. The bark burst opens, you can see here, and this is what we call it as the A space, which is formed in the form of a lens shape, which we call it as lenticel. Okay, next is the animal kingdom. In the animal kingdom, ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಓದಿರ್ತೀರಾ ನೀವು. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. So in animal kingdom, first question I have asked you here is, what is an animal? What is an animal? Even we are said to be animal. Animals are multicellular and heterotrophic organism without a cell wall. So that is a major difference between the plant and the animal cell. Plant has a cell wall and animal does not has a cell wall and chlorophyll. So this is the major difference between animal cell and plant. Okay, so animals are said to be heterotrophic. In this picture I have shown you numerous animals. All this belongs to which kingdom? It belongs to animal kingdom. So in this chapter we will be dealing with the non-chordata. Non-chordata has 11 major phylum, which is called as a kingdom Animalia. That is Porifera, okay, Porifera, Cnidaria, Ctenophora, Platyhelminthes, Aschelminthes, Annelida, then Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, Hemichordata and Chordata. So these all are the major phylum of the kingdom Animalia. So up to 9 phylum we usually call it as a non-chordates, and then rest 2 is a junction between chordata and non-chordata is a hemichordata. Then in phylum chordata, what is phylum chordata? We also come under this chordata. So I have put 2 points on this. The chordates means it includes the animals with the notochord, that is the spinal cord, the nerve cord, dorsal tubular nerve cord and pharyngeal gill slits. Notochord is a flexible rod like, notochord ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೆನ್ನು ಮೂಳೆ ಇರುವಂತ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ನಾವ್ ಏನಂತೀವಿ? ಕಾರ್ಡೇಟಾ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರೋದನ್ನ ಏನಂತೀವಿ? ನಾನ್ ಕಾರ್ಡೇಟಾ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾರ್ಡೇಟಾ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ನಮಗೆ ನೋಟೋಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಇದೆ. ನೋಟೋಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸಿಬಲ್ ರಾಡ್ located in the mid dorsal line, elementary canal, and nerve cord in the embryo. Embryo ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹುಟ್ಟುವಂತ ಮಗು ಕೂಡ ನರ್ವ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಇರ್ತವ, ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ರಿ ಕೆನಾಲ್ ಮತ್ತ and there will be a ಲೈನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂಥರ ಹುಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಕೂಸುಗಳು ಬೆನ್ನು ಮೂಳೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗಿರಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಎದ್ದು ಅಡ್ಡಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಇದಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ there also there is a presence of nerve cord in the formation of a fetus. Before that also there is one line itself. Okay, next is phylum chordata. In phylum chordata you have 3 subphylum. One is tunicata, which we call it as a urochordata. So this is a marine organism. Then phylum cephalochordata. ಇದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸಮುದ್ರ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂತ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್. ಇವೆರಡೂನು ಯಾವ್ದು? ಟ್ಯೂನಿಕ್ಯಾಟಾ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಸರು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಯೂರೋಕಾರ್ಡೇಟಾ ಅಂತೀವಿ, ಸೆಫಾಲೋಕಾರ್ಡೇಟಾ. ಇವೆರಡು ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಸಮುದ್ರದ್ದು. Then coming to subphylum vertebrata. In vertebrata you have 5 such as amphibia, piscian, reptilia, mammalia, all this and aves. All these 5 division will come under the vertebrata. So here the picture we have shown is Pisces. Pisces means the they tell the phylum which consists of only fishes. It's called as Pisces. See, so in subphylum Vertebrata, what all are there? Just now I told you, Agnatha, andre jawless, the Gagna stomata bears the jaws. So in superclass we have the Pisces, then Tetrapoda. Then in Pisces again it is classified into two types, Chondrichthyes, Osteochondritis. ಈ ಟೆಟ್ರಾಪೋಡಾನಲ್ಲಿ 4 ಇದಾವ, ನಾವೆಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ Mammalia. Amphibia means all the amphibians, one which lives can survive on water and also on the land. That is a frog, toad, idu. Reptiles, crocodile, snake, all that comes in reptiles. Aves, birds. Mammals, the terrestrial organism which gives rise to the give birth to the young ones are said to be the mammals. So we come under the mammalia. So this is a basic classification of the vertebrata. So this completes the second bridge course class, children. So in this class we have learned how many chapter? 3 chapter. One is morphology of flowering plant, anatomy of flowering plant, and also the animal kingdom. So this is a basic knowledge for those 3 topics. All those 3 topics will be dealt in very brief ಆಗಿ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಮತ್ತು ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಈ ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆನೆ ನಾನು ಕೆಲವೊಂದು 5 ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನ ನನ್ನ ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ ನಂಬರ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಾನು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿರಂಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿದೇ ಇದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಥವಾ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಆದರೂ ಮಾಡಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಡೌಟ್ಗಳನ್ನ ನಾನು ಖಂಡಿತ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.